Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Don't matter who knows. I don't care who sees me. Me thinking about you makes my life complete. And what I mean by that, then my whole world changes. You make me feel things that I never felt. I wanna kiss you.
Kissing you is all that I've been thinking of. Kissing you is who.
Oh yeah, I wanna kiss you.
Kissing you is all that I've been thinking of. Kissing you is whoa ha. Whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha. Whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha.
Whoa ha whoa ha. Whoa ha whoa ha ha. Whoa ha whoa ha whoa whoa ha. Oh whoa ha whoa ha ha.
Whoa.
Whoa ha whoa ha whoa ha.
Wah.
Whoa ha. How do we tickle ourselves every week?
I know.
How do we top ourselves?
I know. We gotta get people on. Like, have you seen those people who've been doing the background singers?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, like, the artists have finally started to come on, like Natasha Bedingfield.
We need everybody to come through with whoa ha, except I never thought I'd say it. Jeffrey Osborne.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackish Show about nothing. It's Jade.
I'm having an allergic reaction.
In real time.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's okay. Just push through. I'll let you know if anything starts glitching.
Okay. This is like in the Matrix where like they saw a black cat twice. I was like, there's a glitch in the Matrix.
I'm like, I'm having an allergic reaction.
I'm dying.
Currently. Whoa, Jade, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
You see it? My eye is swelling up. It's okay. All right, keep going.
Okay.
It's all right.
That's boomer mentality about keeping going and doing the work. You just let me know we need to stop.
I will. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hey, if you can leave all that in, I don't even care.
We do this for you. The People's Podcast.
It is the People's Podcast. We are 158 days of genocide. We are currently on the second day of Ramadan. But our Muslim brothers and sisters at the time of this recording, our Muslim brothers and sisters cannot properly celebrate Ramadan in Gaza, in Sudan, in parts of the Congo, wherever anybody identifies with the Islamic faith. And so Ramadan Mabarak to Ramadan Kareem to all of our brothers and sisters. We hold extra space for those who cannot properly honor during this time.
Right. Peace to you all.
Yeah.
Woo! There's also, I did not watch the the Oscars because I felt in my spirit that some shit was gonna go down, and I was correct.
Yeah,
I was correct.
Same. Right. I don't anyway, but I also was like, you all are gonna do just like you did with the Super Bowl and use this time to be hateful and evil and wicked. And I've just gotten to a place. I sat down for 1 hour with Spirit this morning. Just sat down. And I was like, okay, can we have a conversation? I was like, because I got to get some things off of my chest, you know, and I went into all of my confusion, and I went into all of my sadness and disdain, and also gratitude. I ended it with gratitude because, you know, we got to keep going in order to be able to. But I was like, between our own election, between, you know, the fascism that already exists here, how this is getting worse, these cop cities that they are planning all over the place under his motherfucking eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Rotten be the fruit.
Listen, white people got to stop writing dystopian fiction because people take it way too far and apply it to real life.
Because Trump really think he one of the pigs from Animal Farm.
Yes, Animal Farm. A lot of shit is or life imitating art, like as we see with Handmaid's Tale and taking away reproductive rights and slowly peeling away, you know, gay rights or anti-gay and trans bills. There's like over 400 of them out there, stripping away rights of, you know, freedom of religion. That if you're not Christian. Or a specific type of Christian at that, you know,
of the hateful ilk.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that many of us have read in senior capstone classes, and unfortunately, a lot of these people now aren't able to read because they're burning the books
and banning them. They're like Encyclopedia Britannica. No, this has too much.
We're breaking these CDs.
What? The Guinness Book of World Records? Absolutely not. They can't know about what niggas have accomplished.
Right. That's the ultimate form of white privilege. The fact that they can delete things that makes them feel uncomfortable.
It always
like Control Alt Delete all this shit. I don't like it. Just like King James. So
can we do a deep dive into King James one day? Because I'd like to do a deep dive into that nigga because he was up some shit.
Yeah, we should. How was your week otherwise? I mean, I know you're dying slowly on camera, but it's for the people, you know. It's fine.
Wall slide. It's been a productive week. Yeah, it's been a productive week for the most part. Taking my moments where I need them. And, you know, I've never really dealt with mental health issues. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was diagnosed ADHD in like 92. Just so y'all know, like, I'm sure you figured it out, but I was diagnosed with ADHD it was ADD at the time. But outside of that, you know, I can say that I don't think I've dealt with too many mental health issues. Nigga, this is probably the closest to depression I've ever been. And I said, if this is the closest to, you know, I got a level of empathy for those who really be struggling. So, because it has impeded my productivity, it has impeded a lot of things. But this week I have felt a bit of a shift. And so, you know, I think it was, you know, it's just been a heavy time, and that's probably contributed to it. And I just gotta get my shit together, you know, like, you know, be on my therapy and do the shit that I need to do, and make sure that I'm also feeding myself, you know, figuratively and spiritually, so that I can be strong enough for the people who don't have it right now to be strong enough. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but also, you know, it's okay not to be.
No, absolutely, you know? Absolutely.
I'm
it's the balancing act of it. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah.
No, I understand. Well, virtual hugs, friend.
Thanks.
You got
Appreciate
this.
you.
You got this.
I'll be all right.
You will.
I'll be all right. It's really it's the contributing outside sources. So that meditation, that prayer this morning, there was a fervent takedown in there as well. I want you all to know. Burn. But and guide my hand when I get up into this archery. Feel me? So the way I talk to y'all is the way I talk to spirit.
And that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Like higher powers that be need to understand. I mean, they made you this way, so they know who the fuck you be and what's coming to them,
Listen. Well, how are you?
I'm okay, I guess. I just told you now that my uncle just went back into the hospital, so well wishes, good thoughts, and all that good stuff. Other than that, I'm okay. I'm just trugging along.
Yeah, and
actually, no, I'm not okay, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. Oh no, not the schedule beforehand.
Well, I don't. This might be camp. No, because this is very much like Niecy Nash. Shout out to me, but shout out to us, right? Like we've been doing this for 10 years, right? Just the two of us, barring those 2 years where we had another co-host. But we've done very well for ourselves, enough to where we can sustain ourselves and our families, and living life as we should. And, it has taken a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. And what frustrates me is when there's people who enter this space fairly new and expect that things are going to come easy to them. And also they've automatically, because they've entered this space and they've gotten some sort of jump or immediate success, that it is sustaining, and therefore they've deemed themselves experts in the field. And I hate that shit because, social media success and all that is super fleeting. And I feel like, it's very frustrating when, people are, they conflate a lot of other folks' success to why isn't it me? Why is you got to put the hours in. Like we have put in the hours.
Which is why we won't let y'all talk shit and say we not doing enough.
Right. Like shout out to the listener, Nini's Closet on one of the
First
Agents
of all,
of Chaos.
that's the amazing
I
moniker.
love it, actually. They were like, they ride for us down on Lipstick Alley. They were like, they still go by your own name, and even still, nobody talks shit about y'all.
That's nice.
Talk about other things. Yeah, they were like, well, Reddit is where the hellscape is. I'm like, oh, we know that. But it's one of those things like, I'm so thankful for the Agents of Chaos and the people that ride for us, because they are the most loyal motherfuckers out there.
Have been.
You gotta question my loyalty, that's on me, yeah. Now that's on me, You gotta question my loyalty, that's on me, yeah. Now that's on me, You gotta question my loyalty, that's on me, yeah.
And have been, and I am so thankful. It's just very annoying when I see other people doing what I just described, and it's just like, hold on a motherfucking minute. I just be like, wait a minute now. Also, it's okay to maybe this is words of encouragement, but comparing yourself to other people and other people's success is prime example of not minding your motherfucking business.
And the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Joy.
Like, you're going to be a hateful, depressed motherfucker trying to chase after what somebody else has or what nobody is providing for you because of what you think you expect you deserve, right? I feel as though, like, you know, we have created our own lane and our own brand of whatever the fuck that we shell out to the masses.
Whatever the fuck is right.
Because it's what we like and what we love, and it's genuine.
Yeah.
And I
that
feel
is true.
like a lot of times that's what makes success sustainable, when it's genuine. And when you're not doing this work, not being genuine just to be for a check or to put yourself on a platform or whatever the fuck, it's just not, it's not going to work for you. And you're just going to be stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
listen. The thing with anything, and not to sound like, you know, you put some soft music behind me and like put some basketball montages in there, but it's about consistency. It's about consistency, and it's about authenticity. And you put those two things together, that will look like exactly what it's supposed to look like for you, because authenticity. But if you're doing this for the wrong reasons, it may work for you, but you know, onto a degree, and you're never going to feel a certain fulfillment because you're looking for this external validation, and that's not what it's about. We do this for the people, obviously. Like, we could just get on FaceTime and talk. But again, like XD said, we've been doing it for 10 years, and we've been doing it like straight. If y'all get a break, it's a 2-3 week break. You know what I'm saying? In 10 years, that ain't motherfucking bad. Okay, we take less holidays than you get at work. You know, so yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I don't. I'm real Ray Charles though. Like, I don't know who these people are. Let me feel your wrist. Oh, it's fat. Like, I don't.
Well, you know, it came to me as being like doing like consulting and stuff. That's my other part of my business. And so when I get clients and things, and they come to me and they see other people and their successes, and often a lot of times some of these shows are very they hot shot the territory, is what you say in wrestling. Like, they just there are certain topics that are going to always be forever hot, but are they sustainable? No, they're not.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I want to shift and read an email from one of the agents of chaos.
Look at you. You all just, I love it. Clicky, clicky.
Yes. Email us, you know, things of whatever you feel, what's on your spirit. And I had to read this one.
The same way that we do with this show.
Yes. The subject is Therian Child in the Wild.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Jade and XD. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Amazing.
5 stars already.
Y'all get us.
Yes. Now, I have never felt the need to email anyone's show, but you all introduced me to this concept, and no one I know has heard of it. I work at a craft store, and today a brother-sister duo, about middle school aged, approached me at the fabric counter, and the sister asked me if they had any Therian masks in stock. This being my first time hearing this term in the wild, I had to ask her to repeat herself to make sure I heard correctly. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do you have a list?
Yeah. Still in disbelief, I ask, you mean like animal masks? And she says yes. Short story shorter, we didn't carry any. They did, however, end up buying some mesh fabric to use for the eye holes of masks that they planned to make themselves. I couldn't bring myself to ask too many questions, partially because I didn't really know what to ask, and partially because their maskless grandmother was coughing up a storm all over my counter. Gross. Love the show, but what was once an odd yet funny anecdote has now seeped into my bit of reality, and I don't know how to feel about that. Signed, very much a human. I love it.
That's incredible.
Let me address the first thing. COVID is alive and kicking, friends. RSV,
everything,
and allergy season has been an all-time high, and it's about to get worse.
Global warming is, and the stuff is melting. They blow. You see that outside?
Toying with shit in the fucking Arctic.
You know, I heave ho, thieves and niggers, like they
mask up, friends.
Yeah, get your lives together. Get you some antivirals. Spray them up your nose when you leave the crib. That's what I do every time I leave the crib. But okay, hold on. All right, back to this.
I can't imagine you work at like Mood fabric store and all of a
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. You up here just restocking like the potpourri section, and all of a sudden here comes like Vladimir and Owl.
Do you have any edible masks?
Yeah. Because they non-binary.
Yeah.
And they coming up to you.
my brother, my lover type shit.
Yeah. Asking like, do you have any? First of all, that's weird. That's a weird ask, right? I guess that's the political term. Do you have any Therian masks?
No, nigga. No, it's term. Not. No. Okay, and I'm sorry. In this particular election year, I get it, but no. I am fully right when it comes to this. No, we don't have no animal mask in here at Joann's Fabrics. We don't have, bitch, take your ass down.
It's fucking Hobby Lobby. No.
Go to the Spirit Halloween. Go to the fucking Amazon. So they got some black mesh. You know what they was about to be. Coons. That's what they're about to do. Think about it. What other animal they about to be with black mesh around their eyes, with eye holes?
They could be a werewolf.
Coons.
They could be a lot of things. They could like be what? Black bears. They could be.
You just putting it here? No. 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 Coons.
Oh my lord. Let's pay some bills.
Okay. We've got to in this economy.
Oh my goodness. Tell a friend that we are here down here in the Cult of Chaos every Friday.
In hell, let us out.
Yes. Gosh. Tell a friend we're here, and it's a good time. Also, join our Patreon. It's $9.99. We have a Wang Dang Doodle. We are going back to the white classics such as The Hills and Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how the enemy operates.
Yeah, and, always from early.
Yeah, there was shout out to the listener that sent me this podcast I need to listen to. They were talking about how white girls don't know how to be friends, and they analyzed Heidi and Lauren's relationship.
My mother's quote. My mother's quote.
Yeah. So yes, join. Also commune with the rest of the Agents of Chaos in our Discord. It's free to join. You don't have to be a member of the Patreon to do it. There's all sorts of channels in there for everything. There's a culty channel where they talk everything about what's culty and food and whatever shows that we're covering and just general stuff. And everybody's so helpful down there. Agents of Chaos, they're helpful. We're not a nice bunch, but we're kind. And
Agents of Chaos are like New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Carry your stroller.
Yes. Also, check the description box wherever you're listening. because there might be cool things in there. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube. A couple of announcements. Shout out to our friend Michael Arsenault.
Yes.
This week.
Yes.
I finally bought some Jordans. The link is in the description box where you can order it. He'll be on in the next couple of weeks to discuss the books and, bop or two with us with some jams. Absolutely. Because that's what we do.
Because Michael is a hood rat.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Also, I think that's pretty much it. I would actually
like to shout out. This is for my locals. I'm gonna read this. This is low-key an ad from Jade and Extend. Well, not from us, but Attention, all young mathematicians and number enthusiasts. Are you ready to embark on an epic journey into the world of math? Then get ready to join us at Infiniteam Math Club, where the adventure begins, okay? Infiniteam Math Club is calling all kids ages 7 and up in the Brooklyn area to come and experience the thrill of math like never before. At Infiniteam, we don't just teach math, we make it magical. Join us for engaging lessons, brain-teasing riddles, and thrilling math games that will have you on the edge of your seat. Whether you're a math whiz or just starting out, our experienced tutors are here to guide you every step of the way with personalized attention and a supportive environment. You'll be amazed at how much fun math can be, and we need that. But hurry, because spots are limited, and the adventure begins on Wednesday, March 13th. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to become a member of the Infiniteam Math Club. So I will put all of the information in the description box on how you can find the Infiniteam Math Club, but that is for those in the Brooklyn area, or if you feel like traveling, from the city or whatever. It is a new Black math club that encourages kids not only to learn math, but to love it, which is a lot of that was taken away from us. My mother still blames Mrs. White, my 4th grade teacher. She was like, that lady is the reason why you're not good at math, Jade. I was like, first of all, I'm good at what I need to be good at. But yes, it's true, because she was a discouraging bitch. And so, I love that we have these Black spaces that are doing things to empower our kids. So again, all of that information will be in the description box with the email, the phone number on how you can get more information. You got nieces, nephews, godchildren, children, whatever. Infiniteam Math Club is the move.
Awesome. Yes. Also, shout out to Jared and Trevel for winning NAACP.
Yes! Congrats, loves!
Yes. So, if you don't have the book, link is in the description. Also, shout out to me, because remember last time I said I may have something to announce, and at the time of recording, I actually dropped it that day. I have joined Substack.
Yes!
It is a weekly news experience. I don't want to say it's a newsletter because I do video content on there. Mm-hmm. So it's a mixture of video, audio, and written stuff. And it's weekly. It's free to join. However, if you choose to subscribe with a monetary amount, you can. I'm not going to stop you. And it's a very good time. It's a safe place for me and for you and for all of you who joined Delos Substack. But yeah.
And I love your fucking logo. I mean, when I tell you it is on brand for you, I was like, this is the cutest thing ever. I love this. Yes. Again,
shout out to Mickey Boom. If you're looking for artistry, animation, I'll put her information in the description box. Help a sister out, employ Black women in tech.
Absolutely.
Because they'll get you right each and every time.
Let me get her info. Oh, also happy birthday, Asante!
Yes, today is Asante Picante's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Today is Asante's birthday. Not today recording, today dropping.
Yes.
But we want to make sure we wish our Piscean brother a very, very, very happy birthday. We love you very much. We've been friends a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And we're grateful for your presence. Also, happy belated birthday to Mary Akpa. Okay,
Happy birthday.
One of my favorite people on this entire earth. One of a sister in my heart. We couldn't be closer if we came out the same coochie. And honestly, I love her mother. That was a terrible transition, but I love her down. I love her family, and I love her. So happy belated birthday to Mary. Make sure you all go stream her music. Nah, Nnoo is, I don't even like the album because she's my homegirl, y'all. It is a good album. Like, it's good for your spirit. It's good for your soul. It's good for your ears. So go stream Nah as a happy belated birthday present to Mary. And a happy early birthday to Chris Rogers. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Yes.
He's 30 plus now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Yeah. But yes, more with Jade and XD after these messages. Hit it, Grammy Award-winning Claude Kelly.
Okay, featuring Tabia.
Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, listen up, Jade and XD listeners. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck, then access to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. And say, it's the boo things, the birthday, and you don't really got it until next payday. Download the Earnin app. It comes straight in handy. Get what you need, and all of a sudden, that next payday, they take it right on out. Make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Kate Middleton and Prince William are spotted leaving Windsor Castle amid the royal photo controversy. Shortly after issuing an apology over her edited family photo, the Princess of Wales is spotted leaving Windsor Castle alongside husband Prince William March 11th. In photos published by the Daily Mail.
And we're black. Today we're talking about bloomers.
Did you say bloomers?
I did. Black rumors. Urban legends. Things that we may have heard across the sea and back. Things that we heard on the playground that we know was not true, but we just kind of believed anyway.
Or in the hallway. We didn't have any way to verify a lot of this stuff at the time. I think the closest was the Shade Room was like Star magazine. So it could be true. It could very not be true. But these rumors still made their ways around America. And we're going to discuss some of them. Again, some of them true, most of them not. I feel like this is low-key inspired, even though this is bloomers. Kate. Kia told me about her.
Oh, yes.
The bald-headed one's wife.
Yes, Kate Middleton. She's Shelley Miscaviging.
She's doing it? Yeah, she's Jamie Foxx. Shit, no, Shelley Miscavige, do you realize Do you realize in 3 years, it will be 20 years since she went missing?
Welcome to Clearwater, Florida, and the spiritual headquarters of the controversial Church of Scientology. But this is a place where we're not welcome. We are trying to find out why serious allegations against this church refuse to go away.
It's been 17 years.
Yeah. I mean, I
would like to see the takedown of David Miscavige in this lifetime.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to see that.
But I know that's not going to happen because they funnel money into the Los Angeles Police Department.
And ultimately, America. But, I would love to see the takedown of that nigga so bad.
Yeah. Somebody was like, asked us if we ever spoke about Clearwater, Florida. And I was like, well, yes, that's the home of Scientology. That's where the bodies are. But you know, that's also a town that is ran by that church.
Mm-hmm. Who lives in Clearwater? You know anybody lives in Clearwater?
Yes. Not personally.
Oh.
Not personally.
Okay.
No.
It's like do people live there?
No, people do. Hulk Hogan lives in Clearwater.
Well, that checks.
But that sounds like should not be surprising.
No,
you know
that checks. That checks.
Like I don't know of any black people that live there. I don't know if they're allowed to, but sure.
Okay.
That's like that one town here, because they have blue zone cities. There's this town here that's run by they're either Jehovah's Witness or Latter-day Saint people, or no, Seventh-day Adventist people. They have a whole town here that's all vegan.
The whole town is vegan?
Mm-hmm. Because there was a famous fight about them putting a McDonald's there, and it's a town right next to San Bernardino, actually, and which is parts of it are food deserts, and they have a whole bunch of not a lot of access to fresh food and blah blah blah. And it was across the highway. You have this town. It starts with the L. It has a very famous children's hospital there.
Okay.
But everybody there, quote unquote, lives longer or whatever because they don't allow meat products in the thing. Everything is vegan, which is weird because it's like, oh, that shit is processed. A
lot of it. If you're not eating straight up and down from the earth, not necessarily raw, but like from the earth, then you eat tofu and all that shit. Like all of that is processed. Oreo, they'd be like, we can eat Oreos. So I'm like, ooh. I did not know that.
Sure.
I wonder what the life expectancy is there. Like how much longer do they live?
To be fair, they there's a lot of people. It's a lot of elderly people tend to live there.
Okay.
They still have people driving well into their 80s and stuff. There's this video.
Oh, my nana was driving at her 8. She was hitting the car behind her in front of her when she was parallel parked, but she was still driving.
Yeah, my grandmother too, and then they had to stop.
Yeah.
After a while, friends is we can stop now.
I told you, my cousin saw her out the window. She's like, Nana, I saw you hit the car in front of you and behind you. She was like, no, I didn't. You're lying. You're a bad girl. You're lying. And we were
I gotta be honest with you. I know there have been people get real sensitive about age.
Yes.
But and especially in this election, right? Because you have what I've deemed the worst WrestleMania ever because
oh my god, the worst versus known to man.
Like worst.
Nigga, has it ever been this nasty? No.
Maybe back then when it was slave owner versus slave owner, but now at
least then you still have some of them on the side of the no, fuck the Confederacy.
Yeah, this is like an old crazy nigga and an old ineffective nigga. And I just don't.
Not even ineffective, dangerous.
Yeah, like I just don't like. Well, Trump is the crazy one.
Yeah.
And Biden is ineffective and
also both of them are dangerous.
Yeah.
Trump is a fascist and Biden is a murderer. And I just
like Obama. But I
Well, that will come up ish in this.
Yeah. But I'm always like in these conversations when I read like The Atlantic and stuff like that, because, you know, a nigga reads, and they're always like, we need to stop, you know, stop age hating because of blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, you're just trying to put your fave over, right? And it's like, at some point, we need to let our elderly rest. You know what I mean? Like, they're just age in general.
They don't want to rest. There's a combination. There's two problems here, right? Sometimes they don't want to rest and they belligerent as they get older. They're belligerent and they also backslide into childlike behavior. But I know a lot of that is because of like a loss of control and like, you know, they're just trying to hold on to some remnant of that. The other problem is this system that does not allow them to rest. So it's never allowed them to rest. So they don't even know how to fix their minds to chill out, because they've always lived in a system that has never allowed them to chill out.
Yeah. Like I look at George Johnson said something on the internet one day about like how people are just choosing death. Like this option of like, nigga, there's no point to, there's just old crazy nigga and old dangerous nigga. Like what's the point? Like apathy is just on the menu, right? But to my whole point is that there are certain institutions and things that we should allow our elderly to take a siesta from. You know what I mean? Just take a break and pull back.
Yeah.
And I get agree. Like sometimes it's like economic wise, like our elderly has to work. Like we said, old Gertrude got to greet niggas at the fucking Walmart because she can't afford
running her highlighter through their receipts.
Exactly, because she can't afford to live on her own because she's already on a fucking fixed income. You know what I mean?
Right. Or Esther at Costco.
Exactly. But don't even look at my shit. Like I could be stealing all.
I stole a whole 2 packs of muffins. It's at the bottom, but you ain't gonna catch it. And a sheet.
I was about to say it's kind of hard to steal at Costco, but I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
If you're not a stacker.
If you know, you know.
It's actually it is kind of hard because once you get to the lines, then it's like, but
well, you know they do self checkout now down to the. I know. I
don't like
so
that.
You know. I believe, you know, I don't believe in going to the grocery store because the grocery store gives me anxiety. And not for many reasons. Oh my God, that reminds me. I need to go on a rant about Macy's. I feel very Delta work about certain situations now.
Macy's. That's your girl recently.
Because she says everything that's on my heart. I went to Macy's yesterday and my head was spinning and I had to leave and sit down on the bench.
Always hated Macy's.
It just like the Levi section like exploded and it was just jeans on the goddamn floor and babies and just and bras from a whole nother section. This is the men's section. You know what I mean? It was just so much.
It's overwhelming. And then you go to the shoe section and it's like taupe, black, boots, booties.
Yeah,
Steve Madden.
It's just way too much, and have the nerve to just have finish line all over the shit. It's just I don't like it. Anywho, Costco. I go in Costco and they have a because I was specifically looking for something. Well, that's because the cannabis dispensary was across the street and I needed good edibles. And so I go in and I'm like, they have a self checkout. Okay,
that's AI.
Yeah, but no,
that's AI and customer service.
Yeah, and I was just like, This is so fascinating to me. Just like IKEA has self-checkout, which is so dumb. Because let me tell you about this bitch and I'll say it, the big one at Burbank. There's only one in like Los Angeles. So
the big IKEA.
Yeah, there's an IKEA. I was talking about the big lady because she's not big. She's
not what
she's large. Like she is a large person.
Oh, she's
tall as me.
Yeah. Okay. Happy.
She's
just a big bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mind you, she is Hawkeye. I'm like, do you just want to ring me up, ma'am?
She's
Chris
Hawkeye.
Rogers Chris Rogers and I just sat there and just let her just do it. Like, here.
If you're gonna watch me like that, I don't.
Right. Anywho, back to my rant about old people. Anyway, there's got to be certain things that have to, like, you have to cease after a certain age, like running the government. Like, you should stop at a certain age. Like, that should cease at 70.
Like, they need to put that in
the...
I don't even think our Constitution's about to mean shit. But they need to put it in there. Because
at a certain age, everybody's just a series of hoots and clicks to you, right?
Exactly.
And so I don't really understand why you feel that you could run a whole entire nation, right?
Into the ground.
Dear Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate 3. I am not a crackpot.
When everything is just boop, click, boop, click.
I prayed, I did. I just really put it out there. I was like, you could bring a plague to them. Like, they could all just literally just all fall out. I'd be absolutely okay with that.
If I put my tin hat on, I feel like that's what was the point of COVID. But hey.
I told you I feel like the point of COVID, I still feel like that was their doing. And the point of COVID was to isolate and separate people even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To make them for anarchy's sake, right?
Exactly. That's what I think COVID was put in place for, which is why that's why we're living in, what was that show that we used to have? The Best Something Ever. You remember? It was like on VH1 or something. Was it
like I Love the 80s or the best week ever?
The best week ever. We're having the worst 4 years ever. Ever. Think about it. Ever.
Yeah.
There's been bad shit all around. Because we did a whole timeline of it. But it has been and it's just, it's dominoes, nigga. It's dominoes.
Mm-hmm. And shit is getting wild exponentially. Like every day it's just like, oh, some new shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Worse than the shit from yesterday, right?
Got to get my archery up. Tell me.
Yeah. But anywho, urban legends. Sorry. So there's one that's very famous that we all heard on the playground. And if you didn't, folks who were born in 98, you may not have heard this. But there is a rumor about Lil' Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor was that she had to have her stomach pumped because she swallowed way too much cum.
Yeah.
We're going to meet Little Kim and ask her mom what she thinks of her daughter's sexy hardcore songs.
But sometimes I do say to her, girl, I should have taken you to church more.
Yeah, she OD'd on boy jizz.
Yep.
And she had to be hospitalized and have her stomach pumped.
It was actually 2. It was she had to have her stomach pumped, and the other one was she had to have like a surgery on her throat. But all for the same cause. Now, I don't. This is not true. This rumor was never true. I also am like, it don't even work like that. Like, where would they get stuck? Would they just swim their little selves into the corners of your throat or your stomach?
It don't work like that. Science wise, like your stomach acid and just this acid in your saliva and shit would break that down. Number one,
right.
And number two, you would have to like drink an insane amount of like
nut.
Yeah. And there's not like you'd have to go to like 7 bukkake parties, and even then, like it'd have to be like on tap. Like, you know what I mean? Like
exactly. A keg of cum.
Jizz on tap.
It would.
Yeah, it just I don't know why in the 6th grade we thought this was
a keg of cum
thing.
sounds absolutely wild and crazy.
It Jizz on tap sounds like a bar in the Lower East Side or downtown.
All the beer is
Los
white.
Angeles. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a gay bar. Yeah,
I'm ready to do it.
I really want to open. I'm ready to open a gay club.
Me too.
Actually.
Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah, I am serious, and
honestly, we call the club JXD. Like, come on, y'all know y'all will go flock to that. We'll put a whole bunch of pretentious shit in there.
Yeah,
and some treadmills. You know what I'm saying? I give y'all some skinny cocktails. You know, the music will be pumping. It'll be a good time.
And you know, lube dispenser in every sauna. Like,
yes. What's the one? Hold on. What's the one? Swiss. What is the what's the?
Oh, Swiss Navy, not Swiss Navy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, it is. It is.
With the, on the side. Yeah,
like
but
the Army there.
But it's like hand sanitizer, like you said. You just no ice in the urinals.
No.
Eradicate urinals.
Well, they did at gay clubs. Now it's troughs.
Ew.
Or like, yeah, because they don't even have like separated like. And like if you go to like a real gay club, it's just a big trough where niggas can see your beef.
But yeah, also, but like that's not even the. I'm just thinking about all the splashback.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like a trough, and if it's depending upon what club you go to, there's people there to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Eagle, but
wow.
Yeah. This episode has taken a turn.
Yes, not what we thought.
It's time for a break anyway. We'll be back with more Black urban legends and rumors after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Marchioness of Cholmondeley. What a beautiful name that I'm being told right now that I pronounced incorrectly. It is in fact pronounced Chumley. Now, there have been rumors of an affair between William and the marching band of chicaneries.
And we're black. Just chatting. Some about rumors, some about, you know, opening up a gay club. I don't know.
Nah.
But
so the next one, you know, which trigger warning, okay? Because some of these are trigger warning. But you know, there was a rumor back in the day that Chris Stokes, who was the manager of a group called Batuk, was being nasty with the boys. Now Batuk is what I like to call them.
I was like, girl.
B2K. Batuk consisted of 4 young niggas by the name of Omarion, Lil Fizz, Raspberry Beret, and another one.
J-Boog.
Yeah. And that was the 4 of them together.
What up with B2K? Ladies. And this is how we living. If I lift up the toilet seat, you'll see some skid marks, but we ain't gonna go there.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Marcus Houston.
It was all wasn't there a rumor too that Omarion and Marcus Houston were brothers?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not.
No. Because
Yes.
it was that rumor that later on that Janae Aiko was related to them too. And
Yeah, she was related to the Lil Fizz. All so that they could, get the music out there. Now, fast forward to present day. Chris Stokes has 932 productions on Tubi, and every last one of them star Marcus Houston. Named complicit, I believe, in some of this, and also ended up somewhere along the lines marrying a teenager.
Oh yeah, I was just about to mention that. I was like, he married a child.
Yeah.
Now, there have been reports, even from Raz B, who has said, "Hey, this happened to me."
Yeah.
Which is so interesting. Raz B is the last person that I saw when I moved out of New York City. The day that we moved, because we had to get a hotel and then catch the early flight, and this nigga was smoking a Newport right in front of the hotel in Queens. It's just, airport hotels are very specific.
Yes,
they're very type of
The Shining.
Red rum.
Nigga, that is my motherfucking jam, by the way. That is my motherfucking jam, nigga.
Our British king. Listen,
I didn't think I was like, I didn't think I could love any of these new niggas. That is 21 Savage does not disappoint me musically.
Musically, no. I thoroughly enjoy. Give him all the awards. What? I don't know who produced it. Is it Metro?
I don't know.
Little Jew on the beat. I don't know, but it is the production, the sample. Who would have thought to flip that? Like that is so amazing.
I just love Italian it. I tell you.
All we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. G block. All we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. Nigga, all we know is riding in the back. It's a maze.
That nigga gave me some hope. Gave me some hope.
Yes. Like, okay.
Because I can't with the other little niggas. I can't. I even tried to listen to the what's the one Chloe Bailey was dating before he went to prison and then he got back out of prison. Fuck you mean? That one. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? That's how the song sounds. But I can't because I can't.
Rich nigga number 2. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know their names. I just know they go YRN, FKY.
Yeah. FTK.
ZB2. I don't know their names. I
Too
just
legit
know,
to quit. Hey.
Yeah. If the beat hot and if I can relate, if I don't feel the need to move weight, then I that's how I judge rap music now.
Yeah. With the
that's why I enjoy the other little nigga I enjoy is Nardo Wick. He has a song called Da Da Da, and it's great. I was literally, oh yeah, you could go listen to it right now.
Como se dice Nardo?
Yeah, Nardo Wick. I don't know.
Wig or wick like Wick. A candle? Okay,
like John Wick. Because niggas think they're John Wick, which I think is so fascinating because John Wick is just a murderer, but all of his motivations were like, this nigga killed his dog, so he had to take out everybody. Which Mudiana?
He killed his dog?
Oh no, they mobsters killed his dog, so he had to seek revenge.
When they kill the animals and the babies, I just
John Wick is a wild ass series.
Right. Oh, he's from Florida, this young man.
That makes sense.
Okay, let me see here. Hold on.
It's
Nardo.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, who wants smoke? Me or some? Hot Boy or something? Which one of these songs are you?
The song is called Da Da Da.
Who's on it?
D-A-H.
Oh, okay.
Just him.
Da 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 Da.
Mm-hmm. And when you listen to it, you'll be like, oh, I get it.
These niggas be recording in the bathroom. I can tell by the acoustics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just goes hard in the proverbial whip.
Okay, all right. Wait, hold on. You got to give me a lyric, though, young man.
It's about to come out.
Cuffin' hoes, I play her like a CD, nigga. Pull up A content, you can't see me, nigga. Shot his ass and he screamed, oh, ooh, we nigga. And there's problems, we gon' solve them. Got a lot of weapons for the drama.
Okay, I like that. I can listen to that. Yeah, I'll go give that a. I also like Playboy, not Playboy Cardi. I'm sorry. I like Payroll Giovanni as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, love Payroll. You know, shout out Tristan B. He pulls up the good niggas, but I like Payroll.
Did you see Larry June's billboard in the Times Square?
No, I didn't. But I need because we love Larry June in this household now for years now.
When I saw it, yeah, I was like, oh, he made it.
We've been riding for that little light skinned nigga for quite some time now. I enjoy his brand, and his merch. He doesn't have merch; he has apparel, and it's nice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I appreciate that. But yeah, Chris Stokes, back to Chris Stokes. Evil. I'm sure bad things will happen to them. Also, Tubi is probably being funneled by the right, just like Zeus.
Absolutely.
To keep and Bigo to keep the black people.
I told you that young man who runs Zeus is not. He's not well. His eyes were blinking dead. I saw one interview. I never knew what he looked like, and I said, "Oh, that young man is not it." Mm-mm.
Like I understand, black folks, we should have the ability to be free and create outlaw mud show shit if we want to. However, because white people have the ability to create backyard outlaw shit too, right? But without reproach. However, here, this is not doing anything for them or for us. I saw a clip of, and I thought I would be able to get away from like the chaos that is Twitter. No, all that negativity stuff comes from the gram, which is straight from Facebook users. And I saw a clip of Chin and Cocaine Bear like clearing the stage. Now they should have been in a wrestling promotion if you ask me. But Natalie Nunn and Jocelyn Hernandez, I'm Jocelyn Hernandez, baby. Like they was going at it, just. Were they? It was Natalie like baddies Nunn, East I can't versus imagine baddies Natalie West. Nunn can fight. It was weird. Yeah, you think I can? Absolutely. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it. Two, I mean, she can't win against Jocelyn Hernandez.
No, absolutely. First of all,
documented.
The strength of drogas is different. Yeah. Okay, it's different. Yeah. I seen a nigga riding a bicycle with a mini refrigerator on his back. I told you, I seen a crackhead riding a bicycle that didn't have no tires. He was riding on the wheels, on the rims, nigga. Like, there is just the innovation and strength that you cannot match with the drogas. I can fight, but I know if I'm fighting somebody, I'm like, you know what? I may not win this one, but I'm gonna give it my all because there's just something with it's a chemical compound that gives them Alex Mack strength. And then they melt into a puddle and disappear. And so you never really had a fair fight anyway.
That's true. Back to rumors. It's all over the place.
That's drogas, that baby.
Yeah. Then the next one is very problematic, but it's something that
a lot of these are problematic because the rumors are problematic.
Remember that rumor that Sierra was a trans person?
Phobic. That's phobic, first of all, because she's tall and muscular. And second of all, I never believed that. Like, I thought that was very silly. It was probably started by some nigga she told no.
Oh, that's absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's not an insult. Like, you niggas have to get off of that that's not an insult.
No, it's not. But this is what Madison said the other day, and all the cis hetero women who can't see past their noses was combating her. She was like, Maddie was like, transphobia affects, heterosexual women too, or cis het women too. And they were like, no, it doesn't. It's not our
Serena
fight.
Williams, Sierra, who else is there? I know them two off rip. Venus and Serena and Sierra.
Lady Gaga even called that, but then she was like, she went to interviews and started telling people she did just to piss people off, because she was like, so I'm a hermaphrodite, even though that's not the correct term.
That's not the term.
But she was like, so I am. So what about it? Even if I did have a dick, what does that have to do with anything?
And I get her point.
I know.
There's a different way to go about. She was young. She was young at that time, and I understand where her intentions lie and why. Yes. Because, had you hit a 23-year-old Jade with the same thing, it would have been like, and what?
It's bigger than yours, nigga. Like,
right? Like, it would have. That's what my. It would have been many things that I would have said. Now it would just be combating the hatefulness. Like, where the fuck does this even come from? Right. Why is that your go-to? Like, why is that your thing? What makes the way that one person lives their life or who they are, how does that impact you in any kind of way? Then I can't hold no more conversation like that because I don't want to snuff a nigga. But yes, that was a rumor about Sierra. You know what I was concerned about Sierra? About her being so young and sweet, and because her energy has always been what it is, right? We can make Sierra jokes all day about, concerts and singing and so forth and so on. But the girl has been around for a good 20 years, right? So let's just acknowledge and give her what she deserves. And she's always carried the same energy.
Yeah, she's never flipped on she's always been the same girl from Atlanta.
And I was concerned by just the amount of niggas who are around such a sweet spirit.
Less than 2 years after her smash debut, Sierra's career is looking more promising than ever. With a mature new look and a steamy single, Sierra has topped the charts again with her second album, The Evolution.
Because you see all the rumors that happen, not rumors and truth and taking advantage of, and all of that happened around Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was another rumor that she dealt with Jay-Z.
They got this sweet girl around these weird niggas and pedophiles and shit.
Yep. Predators. Just a bunch of predators.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was one. I don't know if you remember this. It was it's wholly not true. But there was a rumor for a hot second that Ludacris was the child of Ashford and Simpson.
Your mama shouldn't have told you. Babies were made in heaven.
I don't know where that started, where it came from, why it was, but it was a rumor that Ludacris was the child of Ashford and Simpson.
That's funny to me.
Who, by the way, made some nasty ass songs. Ashford Simpson got a song called "Hanging On." I think it's about it's all about dick. But
oh my god, that's a hoot. I've never heard of that.
Yes,
but I would have owned that one.
I would have too. I'd be like, yeah, that's my dad. Ashford. They could have came out and been like, that is not my child.
Don't you see my hair is just as luxurious as my daddy?
Would have been like Monique's son, Daddy. Why you always on the road?
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh my goodness. That's so wild. I would have definitely embraced that. That is so funny.
Yeah, I might start a rumor now. I'm the child of somebody. I don't.
Yeah. Like I'm whose child could I be?
I'm Angela Davis's child.
Okay, I can see that for you.
But I was raised by these other niggas because she had political work to do, and she wanted to make sure that I had a household that raised me decently enough. I
would just I have to like think of like some random nigga like, oh, my daddy was in the Shy Lights or like the Commodores. Be like, which one? There's too many niggas to pick from, so you. So it's like just a whole blanket statement.
You gotta tell people your father was in 5 Heartbeats.
Yes, because we haven't finished yet. Yes.
You got the people.
My father was Eddie King. They be like, what?
So he never existed.
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't talk about Jeffrey Osborne.
Oh, we did not. We did not.
This is not a rumor.
This is not a rumor. This is on people.com.
It's your fault that I was exposed to this.
Yes. The people have a right to know.
I know.
So he had a concert for, Auntie Fest or something.
Yeah.
And he was asking for some women to come up on stage and sing or whatever. And so these black women, I'm sure one of them was named Marguerite, because that's usually how it goes. And security.
There's somebody else named Althea.
Yeah, and Althea. And all of a sudden Jeffrey was like, I need me a white girl. And the black women ended up trying to sue Jeffrey Osborne because they felt like they were being discriminated against.
And you were
at a nigga ass concert.
We were having such a good time, baby. Oh yes, we were. Then you went and spoiled the whole thing, baby, in front of everyone.
The thing is, okay.
This is a odd hill to die on, friends, but yeah.
I am not surprised. Okay. I read it and I was very disappointed.
Why?
But like if they told me Jeffrey Osborne or Billy Ocean, didn't fuck with none but white women, I ultimately would not really be surprised by that. I just was
Billy Ocean's daughter. You look like her, or y'all look alike.
Let me see if I need to cuss you out real quick.
No, I'm not. I'm not even being. I'm not sorry. Not Billy Ocean's daughter. Bobby McFerrin's daughter. Confusing my.
Oh, Maddie. I love Maddie.
Yeah.
I seen her. Yes. She opened up for Napalm, and me and Fran and Dustin went years ago to go see. And she did her whole she did the whole thing.
Y'all look kin.
I was like, get out of my dreams.
Yeah, no.
That's a creepy song. And Into My Car.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be a playlist.
Triggering songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they exist. Like we got to talk about them. We get, call these niggas out for the sickness. But yes, Billy Ocean. So keep going. He said he wanted a white woman to come up and sing. They took the microphone from the black lady.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? I went and saw Billy Ocean, 22, 23 years old, by myself at an Auntie Fest. I told you it was Billy Ocean, Jeffrey Osborne, Silk, Avant, and I forget.
Was this like sponsored by Dallas BBQ?
No. Well, yes.
Was this R&B Valentine's
in a
Day
malt
edition?
liquor? Yeah, but it was an outside festival. End up getting rained out and everything. But I went and saw Jeffrey Osborne then. Had they called me on stage and 8-year-old Jade returned and I got the microphone and I got to sing Stranger with Jeffrey Osborne. And just at one night, and then he snatches it from me. Yeah. And says, crushed. I would melt. Actually, I would rage. I'll be honest with you. I would rage and riot. But I'd be so disappointed. I was so disappointed to hear that. Not that I'm going to stop listening to LTD. Because we do both deserve each other's love. But I'm going to always be looking at that nigga sideways.
I also can say one of my daddies was a member of LTD because there's 40 of them.
You are absolutely, or the common choice.
80 of them.
Exactly. Let's take a break.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, Trisha and Todd, part of Tupac's legend is that he'd been shot 5 times and survived before that fateful night here in Las Vegas in 1996. And because of that, Tupac's legacy has always been linked to Vegas. But a local filmmaker says Tupac shouldn't be connected to Vegas because he died here, but because this is where he made his great escape.
And we're black. We're talking about black urban legends and rumors and everything in between.
Yeah. Pretty
back to old people. So do you see that Mike Tyson is getting in the ring again?
Yes. Against a white boy.
Jake Paul. Yes.
Yes, the nigga who pretends to be Puerto Rican.
Yeah, more so than his brother, who is Logan Paul, who is a star in the WWE.
Yeah, but this one, Santana said he moved to Puerto Rico. They both of them moved to Puerto Rico, bought up stuff, you colonized per use, gentrified, and the nigga walks around representing Puerto Rico, but he is full blown white.
Oh yeah, they're from Cleveland.
They're white people from Cleveland.
Yeah,
Yikes.
They're like of the Drew Carey variety. Yeah. I'm subjected to his brother Logan Paul on a weekly basis because I watch wrestling. But and he's actually very good and I hate it. But yes, Mike Tyson is fighting his brother Jake Paul. And when I tell you the training videos I have seen of Mike Tyson, it's like he's never left the ring.
Good.
And old nigga strength is not something to be fucked with. And also Mike Tyson in general, even to this day, I would not, you know what I mean? Like I would not want to be, and I know he's done the work.
Yeah.
He has done, I know he is he's a lover, but don't push him. You know what I mean? Like he's done the therapy. His podcast has been really good. You could see on his journey. He drinks green juice now.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which I'm proud, but I still would not want to
absolutely not
walk up on
this is
any
a
man
nigga
who has a face tat still.
First of all, we just had a conversation the other day about people with face tattoos. Like, I understand we live in a new society and, it's very loose and free and all of that. But a nigga with a face tat, still to this day, is somebody you just need to be wary of.
Yeah, that's no longer your battle.
No, not at all.
It's the Lord's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
and any nigga who has bitten someone
and then had the nerve to make edible gummies out of the shapes of ears.
I told you, I think that's genius.
It is, but also unwell.
It is very unwell, but that's my type of unhinged. Lean in.
Yeah, lean into the delusion.
The only thing that would make it better is if Holyfield had a fucking collaboration with him and had like a special flavor. Oh,
he's a part investor of the shit. So like
that's my type of time.
Yeah. See, they've gotten over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not. I could not fight a nigga like Mike Tyson. I could not fuck a nigga like Mike Tyson. No.
So I'm about to ask you an auntie question.
Okay.
So what do you think about these women who have been getting the tattoos on their faces of their nigga on their face?
Why would you ask me a question that you already know the answer to? Bitch,
Because
get up.
The public has a right to
get up, bitch. The fuck is it? Maybe that's the only bitch with a face tat I would fight because. What are you on?
No, I wouldn't fight a Krishan type because I
again droga straight. Droga straight.
Yeah,
No, you smoking dicks? You're literally smoking dicks if you get a nigga's face or your face of the dick's face. Whatever the fuck you said, no. Get up. Chicken feet and soup. It's the equivalent of proposing to a nigga in my eyes.
Ugh.
Exactly.
Give me heartburn and indigestion.
Where's the smoothie Tums?
Yeah, I've noticed that this is a trend because I do have friends that actively send me things from the Seventh Circle.
Hades Room.
Yes, and neighborhood talk about. Speaking of motherfucking
spiritual world, that is not spiritual at all.
Did you see that Jason Lee is now in local government?
I saw that and I chose to act like I didn't.
Yeah. I don't know their pronouns. They are in city council of Stockton, California, which is where
I know where Stockton
they're from, which makes so much sense in the grand scheme of things.
That makes sense to me too. So I told you, fun
Arkansas,
fact,
Ohio.
The first place I ever went in California was Stockton.
Oh, you black for real?
Yeah, it was obviously we knew a nigga there, and we went and
they just got a house there. I'm sure.
Yeah, they were from Sacramento, so I went to Sacramento. Like the first places I went in California was Sacramento, Oakland, and Stockton. But because we went to go visit, we stayed. I slept in Stockton, and so when you say that, I have a full, I fully understand.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is different.
Niggas and cows.
Yeah, it's niggas and cows and like some desert like shit.
And everything smells. Yes, a little tech here and there.
You know, sprinkling.
But yeah,
and a whole bunch of Qdobas.
Yeah, they have a lot of food places that aren't healthy.
No,
Yeah,
no, it wasn't fun.
No, it's not supposed to be.
I told my sister, I was like, this is my sister's fault. I said, can you never ask me to come on one of these again?
No, it's awful. Yeah, and so when I saw, I was like, government, and then I was like, Stockton. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I didn't even get that far because Jason Lee and Paula. You know what? That tracks with everything else going on right now. That motherfucking tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also I plan on running for a political office one day. I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be real. Like, I'm gonna be like alderman, like Maxine Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, I need local. I need to focus on like my community area, like my block, like what I can do. Because I can't imagine being like up in the city or whatever, because that's when you just automatically get corrupt. So it's like I need to make sure.
Even AOC's ass is pussying out. Like,
that's what I'm like. If I need to be effective change, I need to make sure I work in my local zone and government and making sure my park stays clean, and the niggas who happen to live on the street, make sure they have clean and safe needles and things. You know, that kind of thing, right?
Being involved in politics and elected office is really the most important thing that I think individuals can be involved with. I've been on the school board. I've run for state senate. I've run for U.S. Congress, and I've been
or bathrooms that they can go to, like that kind of shit. That's important, because as soon as you move up the ladder, that's when you get corrupt. And
I'm trying to be grassroots Black Panther community involved.
That's why I need
the smear
to get
campaign against the kid, if I ever got in politics, would be crazy.
Same.
It would be nuts. I know for you, they would like, do you know he used to sit on a chair surrounded by niggas, thieves and niggers, and then they would all ring around the rosy and suck his dick. Is this the type of politician?
I'd be like, well, the precedent was set for me. You know what I mean? So like,
this is what y'all do anyway.
What politicians? They fucking down in the in the hall where they had. You see that white man who was the gays? They was fucking in the state hall,
or the nigga down. What was it? The nigga in Florida who like was married, but then they found all heroin and all kind. And what's the horse tranquilizer? Ketamine and all of that. And like found crazy shit in his hotel room.
Who now does a
podcast?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I don't care. I don't own this. What? Are you fucking serious? What?
Yeah.
Hold.
Andrew Gilliam, Angela Rye, and somebody else. I want to say it's here on Ellison.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's on here. Wait, is it? Nah, it's iHeart.
Okay. Whew. Okay, so the other shit we on.
Well, you know what? So what is he like?
First of all, married to a woman, DK, knowing damn well he was sucking digging cock. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Which, that's two things. That's two problems here. Because part of it is deception, obviously. And like, that's not because you're not giving your partner an opportunity, no matter who it is. Like, you need to be honest about who you are so they just are in the know and have the choice to deal with who they want to deal with. And two, you already know, he went that direction because of how society. But this is not even about the nigga. This is about the drugs in the hotel room and the wilding that was happening in there. I don't even care about the nigga. It's about the wilding. It could have been a bitch in the room. It was still a wild scene.
Yeah.
It's a wild scene in general.
Yeah. It was that was bad.
That was bad. Now you got a podcast. That's cool. That's cool. I like the bounce back.
Yeah.
You remember when they used to say 3-6 Mafia was devil worshippers?
Yes, I did.
And if you played their songs backwards, it would be.
If you play any song backward, it sounds demonic.
Like, come on now.
How did you feel about that mythology and those sort of darker themes coming into 3-6?
I was totally with it, to be honest. Like, I wasn't worshiping the devil or nothing like that, but meaning I was just always into like,
guys, like, and it's not like they didn't put like subliminal messages in their songs or whatever. Like,
no, they did not. Project Pat went and clarified this. Like, you could always listen to Project Pat. Project Pat's going to lead you in the right direction. I shouldn't.
And also, just niggas from Memphis are just not. They're not devil worshippers.
Hold up. Let me see. Where did this even come from? Let's see where this came from.
Because of 3-6, I guess. The 3-6s. It's like, I don't know.
Crunchy Black addressed the rumors as well.
Well, sure.
Why did 3-6 Mafia change their name? Oh, so it was 666. Okay.
It got the people talking.
It did get the people talking. And guess who's still around? Juicy J and them.
Academy Award winning 3-6 Mafia.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
The Oscar goes to... It's hard out here for a pimp. Oh my God. Jordan Houston, Cedric Coleman, and Paul Bogart. It's hard out for a pimp. Hustle and flow. This is the first.
They got longevity. They got a reality show on MTV. Juicy J.
R.I.P. Sugarfoot.
Was all R.I.P. Sugarfoot. I'll never look at Rance dressing the same. Juicy J was all over. Him and Wiz were doing a whole bunch of collaborative stuff together. I don't know if they still are, but they were once upon a time. Juicy J makes himself relevant.
One of the greatest songs features on Fever, on Megan Thee Stallion's Fever.
Hello.
You know,
put
even that song he did with Katy Perry is still a jam.
The only Katy Perry song I know.
Dark Horse.
I was about to sing the wrong song, but you know that being.
No, I was with you. I was with your Uncle Jade.
I heard a rumor recently. This is wholly not true as well. They tried to say Mano and Khalil Kane were brothers.
Oh my God.
Go look at them.
First of all, I could see why you would say that. They're both from New York.
Yeah, but they look alike. But they're not.
I see that. You know, I used to see Mano a lot.
I believe that, actually.
Well, no, because you know where I used to live and the N-words that used to come to my home.
Oh, yeah.
So they used to come over. Them and what's his name? Can I please get a moment of Saigon?
Oh, Saigon.
Because Mano owns a barbershop around the corner from where I used to live down on Malcolm X.
New York niggas be around. You can walk around Harlem. You're eventually going to run into Dapper Dan. ASAP Ferg be all over the place. He be all over the place. You run into that nigga anywhere. You gonna run into the niggas.
Yeah. In early days, I used to run into the diplomats often before they all moved to New Jersey.
Yes. And now they only come down here for photo shoots and ting.
Yes. Yeah, they live deep in New Jersey. They don't do the city like that.
Did you know Khalil Kane is 59 now?
Yes.
That's crazy. And Mano's 50.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, our old legends are aging.
They're great uncle age now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And Khalil Kane, for whatever reason, still looks pristine and skin, and like he looks like he's supposed to. Like,
he's of the Pharrell ilk, drinking the blood.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what they doing, but keep on doing it, man, because you look great. I follow him on the gram, I think, or he came up on the gram recently. Because you know, what's the point of following people on Instagram? Because they're just gonna show up in your feed as soon as you talk about them. Ain't that right, Hank? That's my FBI agent.
I think they switched mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine. Hank, he's along and kicking. You know, sometimes he's on it. Sometimes I could tell when he's away, and they put in the weekend shift,
the emergency line.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay, because you're doing a lot right now. But normally Hank
trying to
when Hank is
overcompensate.
on, because that's when I get all the Temu ads. But when Hank is on, he blocks them for me.
This is not a rumor, but I'm going to share it with you. So remember, I told you I was watching that show, Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Which I started. I watched the DC Sniper one.
Yes.
Yeah.
John. And we never got that vantage point. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just made, this was just some like domestic terrorism shit, and frightening as fuck, to be honest. Because all you just knew, niggas was just falling out in Silver Springs.
United States government.
But what they didn't really highlight to us was that he was just chasing his wife.
Yeah.
Terrorizing his wife, trying to get full custody of his kids. And so in the meantime, in between time, because she went to Maryland to go stay with her sister. So in the meantime, this nigga said, okay, I'm going to make my way down there and I'm going to shoot niggas in the interim. Crazy. That was nuts. So another story that was on there that I didn't realize. So you remember the group High Five? I like the way you kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. So anyway, one of the niggas from High Five, first and foremost, I'll start off by saying his older brother killed his wife, right? Fast forward, fell in love with this lady. They get married, all of that, and have 2 kids, 2 sons, I believe. She was sick of his shit. I think he was like depressed, and clearly there was some mental health issues that ran in the family, because that's why I told you about the older brother. This man killed her with like a hammer and something else, right? In their house with their children in the room. Killed her.
Oh my God.
Threw a blanket over her. Took the kids to school the next day. Got a haircut, got fresh, took a shower, put on a matching fit, and then took himself down to the police station and turned himself in. But he walked them children past their mother in the living room real fast, so they had no clue, because she is like she was sleeping. And it was one of the niggas from High Five.
What?
It's one of the episodes. Yes.
There's no doubt Russell Neal stabbed and bludgeoned the mother of his children, Catherine Martinez. In fact, police say he confessed to it. But this brutal murder case still isn't open and shut.
He no longer goes by his name.
What is his name?
He's trying to say that his name is Jesus.
That's very similar to this episode of Sisters Who Kill I listened to. So like Kamaya is her name. We'll call her Kimmy.
Okay.
So like she killed her nigga. But she basically I forget the guy's name. Let's call him Mark.
Okay.
So Mark was in a relationship. He was married, but it didn't work out. He had a couple of kids or whatever. Shit was cool, amicable. He was now living his life. He ends up meeting this girl named Kamaya at the club. And eventually, exchange numbers. He's like, I'm having a little kickback at my Cribbington. You want to come through? It's like, sure, whatever. She comes through. And all of a sudden, they started hitting it off. They started fucking. And he wasn't looking for anything real serious. And he tells her that up front. But, in typical, I could change him, behavior, that's what she was operating on. So eventually he realized that, girl was coming in way too hot. Like, who the fuck you with, who you texting, all this good stuff. Like his cousin, he had a lot of girl cousins who would show up, like take the kids or whatever. Like, who the fuck is that bitch? And so the cousins would be like,
Girl.
I'm his mother's sister's daughter. Like,
yeah, like chill
not
out.
even on his daddy's side, like real cousins.
Yeah.
So, she was like always questioning him or whatever. So then he was like, all right, I'm gonna have to break it off with this girl. So he was like, listen, you do your thing, I'll do mine. Let's take a break. And this is where he fucked up. He should have said, we're breaking up.
Yeah, because
she was under the impression that, we still fucking with one another, whatever. But he doesn't go back to her at all. He's like, we just taking a break. But he ends up, like talking to other women and stuff like that. And she's just stalking him and on the gram or wherever the fuck, just Facebook, just try to figure out what he's doing and whatever. So they ended up at the club at the same time one night. And he's talking to some girl and she has a conniption. And who the fuck is that bitch? And tries to fight him at the club. And the niggas are like, that's your girl. And he's like complaining to his boys, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Like, she's fucking crazy. Like, what's going on? So he's up going home by himself. He's like, I can't even take the girl home because girl's turned off because she's like, who the fuck is that bitch? So she's scaring the hoes, right? So he goes home by himself. Kamaya follows him. And somehow she has a key to his crib. She goes in, who the fuck is that bitch? Blah, 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 blah. And she tries to fight him. And he's like, I'm not going to fight no lady. Like he tries to restrain, turns his back on her. She takes out a knife and starts stabbing him in the back.
Oh my God.
She stabbed him in the back 54 times.
Oh no, that's rich.
And so then she calls the police. And she's like, oh my gosh, somebody come save my boyfriend. Somebody must have came and tried to attack us. Some nigga followed us from the club or whatever. And I just came. Her story was really weird. So like at the time of the call, he was still alive. And the operator was like, can hear him like asking for help. Like, help me, help me. In the middle of this, she slices his throat. And so therefore the 911 operator is hearing like the gargling. So she's hearing him die on the phone.
Oh my God.
Somehow Kamaya has this great idea to stab herself in certain places to make it look like they were attacked.
See, people who do there's a specific kind of sick.
So then police come. Clearly, he's DOA, and they're like trying to ask her questions, like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, some nigga was following us and attacked him. And then they're like, "Well, who?" And she was like, "Some man named Philip, who's always trying to like, he's always been jealous of me and what I do, and so he just came in a night of rage and whatever the fuck, right?" So then the officers notice that she's bleeding and shit. So they're like, take her to the hospital. So they take her to the hospital and the nurse. So they asked the doctors and nurses and they were like, so what you think? And the doctors and nurses were like, these are self-inflicted wounds. These aren't defense wounds. Like, cause otherwise they would be like impaled a certain way and yada, yada, yada. And they were just like, okay, clean her up. We're taking this girl downtown for questioning. And so they play good cop, bad cop. And of course she sticks to this story of like, oh, hey, this guy attacked me and my boyfriend or whatever. And they were just like, no, these are self-inflicted wounds. And then she's like, can I speak to the other detective? And they're like, sure. So another detective steps in and she's like, okay, here's what happened. Mark was trying to attack me and, I got away in self-defense and this is my thing. this is an attack of self-defense, right? And they were like, self-defense, huh? So like 54 times is self-defense. And then she says, can I speak to an attorney? Which is you automatically admission of guilt, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. Don't talk to anybody anymore. Anyone asks you anything, how you doing? Isn't it a nice day? You say, gee, I don't know. Talk to my lawyer, okay? Say it. Okay. No. Say that to me. I don't know. I don't know. Talk to my lawyer.
So then she calls her mama, and she's under the impression that all these things are private and can't be used against her in the court of law. And so she's like saying like, mama,
idea?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it, yada, yada, yada. So then they try her for it in the sanity plea. And so they take her all these tests, and they're just like, after a while, they're like, she can withstand trial. Because they realize if she is crafty enough to think of all this shit in the moment and on the fly and admit to her mother in not so many words that she did it, then she could withstand trial.
Absolutely.
So she was convicted of murder, obviously.
Now, who is this person? Who is she?
Some random. So Sisters Who Kill is definitely pick
It was
random
just
stories.
okay. It was okay. Got it. What?
Yeah, nobody famous, but it was just this black woman who killed her nigga because she got caught up and thought,
because he said they was on a break instead of breaking up.
It's like, niggas, you got to be clear with your words, but also that don't give people the license to kill you.
No, we're not. No, not at all. Actually,
it's not a cautionary tale.
No,
like, be clear, you'll be dead. But more so, be clear to avoid confusion.
And let me tell you about the strength and the motherfucking rage it takes to stab somebody. And 54 times.
I want to say it was actually more. I want to say it was 60 times. And then slit the throat. And they were like, it was a deep...
On the 911 call. Like, I don't even have the stomach to do that.
That's nasty.
No. Like, that's a lot. Rage. It takes a lot to impale skin and shit like that. But stabbing somebody, like, you meant to kill that nigga for real.
No, absolutely. And then slicing their throat. That's like coming back and shooting somebody twice. That's like what you call it? The
Daughters of the Cult.
Yep, where they left and they came back. Like, no, we have to, because God said
we have to finish the job.
We've been talking all this shit about Scientologists, but I'm telling you, the Mormons are the real issue. They're the real big giant issue, and clearly it's gone global because they made their way to Mexico. Because I watched something else, and they're going through the whole thing, and it wasn't even focused on that. It wasn't even, but it was. What was I watching? I don't know. One of the programs I watch, and what ends up being behind everything? LDS or some evangelical branch off.
There has to be some, like the American Dream serum that they pump into these other countries that make them think and want to be like white American Dream. Like, that's why like Cubans come to Florida and all of a sudden they MAGA and shit like that. Or even folks from Mexico and other countries, they want to fit in so bad that they like adopt weird racist things because they assume that it doesn't apply to them because they've made it here. Like, there's got to be studied, like this like, is it because these countries, and I don't want to put that on these countries, right? But is it because they're so desperate to get out of their situation?
It's not white supremacy. It's white psychosis that has plagued the entire world.
Right. Like, we have the land of milk and honey here, and it's better than your shit that you live in, which it's probably not. And so therefore, if you act this way, or they see, it's like the bluest eye almost, right?
Yes.
They see like this doll, or I want to be this white person because this represents so much other stuff than that, and people think that it's easily to be achieved. And it's like, no. And they get drunk off that Kool-Aid. It's so weird. But that ended the show.
Yeah, I have more rumors, but we can do a part 2.
Oh, well, now I want to hear them. Well, what's the other rumors now? I mean, we don't have, it's fine.
Oh.
Let's keep the party going.
Well, remember we talked about, this is not necessarily a bloomer. It's more of just like a rumor from the 90s and how we ended up, and we can see now how it was a rumor. But I'm going to just give you a couple words. Weapons of mass destruction.
I take the threat very seriously. I take the fact that he develops weapons of mass destruction very seriously. I remember the fact that he has invaded 2 countries before.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's a rumor. Remember when Kola Booth said that she was taken hostage by Osama bin Laden, and she's the one that exposed that how he was in love with Whitney Houston a lot, which turned out to be true because they discovered a whole bunch of Whitney Houston.
He was quite cunty. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
He was quite cunty.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, yeah. He was one of the girls.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Which makes sense for why he loved Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Same. Same.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was WMD's the war on terror in general. That was a rumor.
Absolutely. It still is, which is why they're getting away with this shit. But there were no weapons of mass destruction.
No.
No.
All the weapons of mass destruction are owned by us.
Absolutely. Not by the people accused
Russia and Cuba.
of. What was another rumor? Not black also, but I'm gonna give you 2 words. Richard Gere.
Oh. The gerbil in the butt.
Yeah. Apparently he liked a rodent play. No, that was a rumor that I don't know where that came from.
I remember that. Oh my gosh. That was in the National Enquirer.
It was. The other shade room.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's still in existence today.
It is. It's a website. It's a website.
If I believed it going to grocery stores, I would pick one up and just read through it.
Always with those terrible Photoshop pictures. They be spreading people across the cover of the album, talking about they depressed and all that other stuff. But they're the ones who
final days, and they've been alive 20 years later.
But they did say that Richard Gere liked to play with rodents, pop them up his booty hole. That was a rumor in the 90s, kids. They also said the Blue's Clues man died, but he never did.
No, he's still alive and kicking.
They said that Mikey from the Life cereal ate Pop Rocks and drank Coke and died, but he didn't either.
And even still, you would not die from Pop Rocks and soda.
No, I've had it.
Yeah, you'll just burp a lot.
I mean, I told you we may be dead, but also I've had it. You're fine. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to microplastics.
There was also a rumor, I don't know how true this was, that Big Pun hit Jay-Z over the head with a bottle in a club. And Suge Knight held Vanilla Ice over a balcony by his feet.
First time I met Suge Knight was at a restaurant in LA called Palm Restaurant. And I was sitting there eating, nice meal. And all of a sudden, these huge guys, looked like a football team, showed up. You know, it was very intimidating to see these guys. They were bigger than my bodyguards, you know, and a bunch of them.
Now, one of those may be true.
That one actually turned out to not be true. Apparently, there was some sort of conflict. Now, I don't know what the fuck conflict could happen between Suge Knight and Vanilla Ice. I'm not sure, but they had to have a face-to-face conversation. But the rumor that came from that face-to-face, yes, but the rumor that came from that discourse was that Suge Knight held him over the balcony by his feet. And I'm not going to say that I don't totally believe that could have been true.
No, I believe they probably had an encounter, and I'm sure it was a violent one. But I can't. Sure, the big pun and bottle one. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Just because. I mean, yeah, bottles are heavy, and like, you know what I mean. Like, hell, DeBrat went to jail. For that, you know,
hello,
what I mean?
For the same thing.
So, and I can't imagine, but you know, Vanilla Ice is on HGTV now. He does he does pools. He's a pool guy.
He looks like a pool guy.
Yeah.
When I think about his face. Now, did you know that Q-Tip is partially blind in one eye?
No, I did not know that.
Do you know why? Another rumor. Allegedly,
I don't know.
He got fucked up by a member of Rex and Effect.
Now that may be true.
No, I think it is. I think that one is true. Hold on. Let's look at it.
I don't know if he's blind in one eye, but I can tell you he probably got into it with Rex and Effect. You know.
Let's look.
We should ask Teddy Riley.
We should. I think he would be happy to come on the podcast. Okay.
What does he have to do?
The following year. Okay. Here we go. Let me go to the Pedia. Okay.
That's so interesting.
The following year, from 1992, Q-Tip was involved in a fight with New Jack Swing group Rex and Effect over Phife Dawg's lyrics on the single "Jazz We've Got." As a result, it is believed
we got the jazz.
As a result, it is believed that the ski mask that Q-Tip wore in a Tribe Called Quest video for the single "Hot Sex" was covering up his injuries.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
It you know, there were so many things. It was the Marilyn Manson rumor that popped in my head, but that wasn't
like,
black.
Like how Tupac has only had only one testicle.
Wait, what?
There's a rumor that Tupac only had one testy because he got shot in the dick.
Why? How did Tupac garner all the rumors?
I don't know. I will say there's one that was, because people always would be like, oh, Tupac used to mess around with men or whatever. But the only one that's ever became true is when Latifah, our Lord and Savior, she went on Hot Ones and she was talking about how her and Tupac performed at a gay club in San Francisco.
Well, no. He like I have fans.
Yeah, you know, fan service.
Or the fact that Tupac is not dead. They will not let this nigga. They will not let him rest.
I mean, that's.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. You seen the memes on the internet with where it's people doing like it's skits around seances.
Yes.
And it'd be like, and it has the little track in the audio in the back in Spanish. That's Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac.
It's time to go.
In a circle with rocks and candles.
Oh my gosh.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Jade and Ecstasy.
Yes, we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Ta-ta.
Yes, we're moving on.